good. Not good. Good. Now, this is the most requested device recently. It's been all over my social media. You guys have been hitting me up on Twitter, as usual, in the comments. Lou, you're looking at so many smartphones. Where is the Mate 20 Pro? This is like a grown-up, like a scaled-up version of the P20 Pro, which I used for a while. Had some really interesting features, including that amazing night mode. I can understand why you're interested in this device, and that is why it is here today. I have the Twilight version, Twilight color, 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage. According to the Crack team, which is just will do, this thing's about 900 bucks, so it's not a cheap device. Now, this, remember, is the Twilight color. Whoa, purple, blue, reddish colors. It's all represented in there. Does feature wireless charging, and it even has a cool feature where it can charge other devices that have wireless charging. So it could do reverse wireless charging. You may have seen this in Huawei's commercials for this device. You got 4,200 milliamp hours in here. You got juice to spare sometimes. Link up, sync up. You can see the 3-camera setup. This is going to give you the same kind of crazy performance that you saw in the P20 Pro, but it's also going to add a wide angle lens, which I'm a big fan of. This show is shot on a wide angle lens. It lets you get more in the frame. That's kind of a nice move. If you're gonna put a bunch of cameras, give us a different focal length. This colorful power switch kind of suits the theme with the Twilight look. Now, some of you might be upset there's no headphone jack on a device. I don't even know if we're crying about this thing anymore. Maybe, maybe not. It also features expandable storage, as I mentioned earlier, but it's a weird new format called nano storage, something along those lines. So those cards might be a little hard to get, at least for now, but it's expandable storage if you need it. I mean, it picks up fingerprints. It's glass. Look at that already. If you want, put the clear case on. Okay. I don't know. Does it solve the problem? Not really. Maybe this just gets fingerprint. Oh, yeah. Then this just gets, I don't know. Glass backs. The supercharge power brick, what, 70% of juice in half an hour? Is that what it is, Will? Supercharge. How fast is it?
70% in 30 minutes.
That's what I said. Without this guy over there, I mean, let's just pack it in. Let's go do something else. They included a headset, Type-C headset with microphone. Also the adapter, since you lost the mini jack. Ooh, all right, that's a display. Yes, it's got a notch, all right, I noticed. Apparently, this is not just housing the front-facing camera, but also the face unlock tech. The contrast and detail on this particular wallpaper, my goodness, that's pretty nice. 3120 by 1440 is the resolution, plenty of pixels there. It's a 6.39 inch display with very little bezel. I mean, there's a bit of a chin there. It's a lot of display, and it's nice to look at, I gotta be honest. Now, you probably also noticed that there is no fingerprint scanner anywhere on the device. We've seen this popping up on other devices, including the recent OnePlus device. It's still an emerging concept, but it actually works in those other cases surprisingly well. In-screen fingerprint. Here we go. Let's enroll it. Let's give this a shot real quick. Edges. Get the edges in there. Wow, they take a ton of data on there. Ooh. Wait a minute, Jack. Wait a minute. That's one of the nicer ones. For some reason, I don't mind that one. The animation feels satisfying for some reason. It's not gonna be as fast as a capacitive scanner on the back of the device. This is one of the better in-screen ones that I've used, and I could totally do that on a daily basis. Now, the feature you care about, if I go ahead and launch the camera app here, you'll see, yeah, wow, that is pretty wide. So there's a slider here which controls your zoom all the way from 0.6x on the wide end up to 10x. Not fisheye, nothing distorted, but you just get so much more into the frame. This is 1x. That's your standard focal range. For me, this is incredibly useful to go all the way to there. Gives you so much more versatility on the camera side. You have a portrait mode as well, which is going to give you the bokeh effect that some people are super into. Wow, that's pretty wild. The night mode is the magical part. It's basically creating light out of dark. Everybody's super pumped about various night modes. People are just doing magical things on the software side to take these multiple shots and create light where there wasn't any. It's putting traditional photography out of business. Don't tell photographers that. Should we hit some lights? There's the plant. It's pitch black. You can see on the frames, you're looking at me, it's pitch black. You will have night vision, actual detailed night vision in pitch black, guys. Now, yeah, of course, the plant is not as saturated. It's not the same quality as what you would get without having to shoot in pitch black, but it's way better than what you would have captured otherwise. You will be amazed at what you're able to produce in environments you never would have imagined taking photos before. Okay, so we have sound. Where is it all firing from? Oh, wow. So it's not a separate speaker grill. The sound is firing from the USB-C port. Yeah. Whoa, I don't know if I've seen that before. But not exclusively. It's coming out of the earpiece as well. I don't know. I don't know how it compares to the other stuff we've tested recently. It's totally usable. It's not the loudest that we've tested. I think you'll be okay with it, but it's not gonna be the loudest performer on the block. So anyhow, what can I say? I don't know, the people have so many questions about Huawei, the brand, and of course, their flagship devices. It's got the fancy colors, it's got the wireless charging, they added the wide angle lens, which to me is an improvement over the P20 Pro. And of course, you have the bigger battery here if you're a power user, 4,200 milliamp hours. The one consideration to make is if you are cross-shopping this versus the Note series device, over here you don't have the S Pen. Now, for me, that's not such a big deal. I didn't really use that pen. So nonetheless, I'm still on the Pixel right now. I need to figure out what I'm gonna switch to next. We've talked about it a lot. It's become sort of a meme. You guys are down in the comments like, look who's switching again. Yeah, I gotta switch all the time. How else am I gonna give you the feedback? It's a meme, sure, but it's a necessary meme. When I wrap up and switch to my next device, I'll give you all the feelings. This device or the OnePlus 6T or some other phone, leave it in the comments down below. I'm gonna take a quick glance through and hopefully it'll influence my next device and then the eventual feedback that you'll get from me from the extended usage through slipping the SIM into that new device. Go ahead, have fun with your memes. I'll just be out here doing my job for you, because it's what I do. Too much saliva.